It's crazy because we was talking about the NBA and how they didn't want to play, and they, you know, took a stand, and then all the other sports teams, follow suit. So this crossed over into other sports, and this is what gets attention when it comes to protesting. Now, we heard messages from people like LeBron James and Damian Lillard, but at the same time, you looked at what happened with the WNBA and Major League Soccer and, so many different messages that come together to form one. And it's a beautiful thing. And I'm just looking back at the week that was and the week that is and the week that can be. As NBA games are starting back, Major League Baseball is starting back, and WNBA and tennis and all these different things that take a stand and said, no, NFL get practices because they're not playing yet, being canceled. I mean, we are looking at major changes in the way things are gonna be going forward, and I'm looking at it and I'm like, wow, this is incredible. This is current news and information. This is why y'all come here, right? So we talk about all these different things. Of course, I'm your host, Elsie Grace. We got all our friends here. We got Mike and Ike. We got Jen. We got Jennifer. And we're talking about, some of the things that's happening in the world. And it's like the NBA, leading the way. So it's incredible when you stop to think about it. And some of our friends are chiming in, because now you have people taking notice. Because they're saying that over time, the message get lost. We got protests, we got counter protests, and they changed that into Black Lives Matter, and they have all these counter protests, and they call them Trump supporters. But at the same time, you have violence, you have clashes right now, and you're getting more and more of that in the news, and the media covers it. And they talk about it, they say, more clashes between Trump supporters and Black Lives Matter. And in the end, you lose, the whole meaning of the protest. And why people say that we're tired of being killed or murdered, slaughtered, displaced, hated on. And you don't want that message to get lost. But at the same time, they say, oh, y'all burning stuff down, y'all looting and this and that and this. And we're just tired of going to the media when it comes to, getting these stories. And I'm getting more and more people saying that, y'all need to cover more of these stories because, we need our own news and information. It's hard for us to actually rely on the mainstream media when it comes to covering any story, when it comes to ethnic or civil rights or, the coverage of, our people being murdered. And if so, they, try to paint the person out to be a bad person. Or they killed themselves. Or this would have happened if they didn't do this. But at the same time, we're the only people in America living under these conditions. And it's like, why does this continue? I mean, how many people have to actually die or be murdered or killed or slaughtered, before people say that, we do have a problem? I mean, so it's ignored. And that's what some of the athletes are saying right now because they're thinking that, we can protest, we can, put these sayings or names, on our jerseys. We can put Black Lives Matter on the court in the bubble, But in the end, that's not making no difference because, whatever that we're protesting continues. And you say that I want to make a difference. How can I? Well, this is a good, start. As the owners of the NBA has taken notice and definitely want to step up their efforts. And one of the things that they did was they said that some of the, if not all, the NBA stadiums will be available for voting. So when the polls open, that you can actually go to the Staples Center. And the Clippers announced today that you can go to the Forum. So that's incredible. These are things that are happening right before our eyes. And I hope you people are really paying attention because, it doesn't have to be such a chaotic change if some of us make more of an effort to, join, the creation of a new world and try to, make sure that each and every one of us is equally represented when it comes to, moving forward, because together, we can all be, a beautiful planet, with a beautiful race of people, the human race. Instead of a bunch of separate people arguing and fighting, we all, believe in loving each other. Now, that's a dream, but at the same time, stranger things have happened, and I'm watching things happen right before my eyes, and it's almost like watching a movie. So, we're going to continue to see where it goes, and I hope that it's going somewhere special because, we've seen so much pain. So, I'm looking at what's next, and I'm asking myself, will it be crazy or chaotic? Because this world right now is crazy. When you look at, the weather, right? From the hurricanes down south to the flooding to all the craziness when it comes to politics, the protest, the counter-protest. When you look at, the world scene and, the stress all around the world. I mean, I can give you story after story of stress and unrest of, people about to be thrown out on the street because they're running out of money. How about the shelves going empty? Certain products. I mean, we are living in crazy times. I don't know y'all know about the big rocks in space hurtling towards us. Will it be an air miss? There's just so many different things. I mean, I can talk to you all day because I, follow all these different things or somebody tell me or bring it to my attention. And I'm looking at it like, this is crazy. They're shooting on the freeway. People die. And then you get the messages from, today's leaders, as the, corona deaths start to, come down, right? And infections come down. And you expect them to say, let's open it all back up. And they say, oh, no, we're going to expand it. We're going to extend it. And then you had the California, right, with the color code. I mean, I don't even want to get into that, but I can break down all the colors and what they mean. But come on. It's just ridiculous. It's crazy. But this is the crazy world that we live in, and I'm pointing out the crazy things, right? Mask. You have to wear a mask everywhere you go. Who knew? But times change so quickly. So, this is what we are faced with going forward. Who knows how long? Maybe forever. Or maybe it's going to take some people to say, no, this is not the way we're going. No, this is not what I want to do. It's not what I want for my kids. Because people have to voice their opinion. Let your voice be heard. Well, the time is now. Do what you can while you can. Don't wait till it's too late. All those good cliches. But anyway, you've been listening to Drop Skies News and Information. Thanks for joining us on the Ghost Chelsea Girls. Making nice job. Careful. And we're out. We'll be back though, because we got so much more to talk to you about. Just wanted to keep it going. Got stuff to talk to you about. Thanks for joining us though. Be back soon.